Hello YouTube, how y'all doing today? We are doing a review on the Alps OutdoorZ Impulse backpack. This is geared for hunting and hiking, but it also has excellent applications for survival, for a get-home bag, for a bug-out bag, anything that you would need an extremely high-quality backpack for. One of the things I really like about it that is very cool is, first of all, it has a built-in rifle rack designed right into the pack. It's also designed to hold a bow, so you could use it for that. As I said, this is largely geared towards hunting, but it has other applications. Take our pew-pew out of there. But it's designed to hold a hydration bladder, as you can see, very secure. Moldable internal pockets, plenty of internal volume, and we'll get into that more in a second. The feature I did want to show you is the whole inside of it is this nice quiet fleece material. So even when you're rummaging around inside of it, you're not making a ton of noise and racket with the material of your backpack. So it's nice quiet material. Now, as you can see here, I have my field knife strapped right to the back with a sharpener, Speedy Sharp, and I have 2 tourniquets on it just in case. We have outside pockets here. I like to keep my hats and gloves in those. But this is a very, very handy pack. We go around the front here, and we have a nice big padded shoulder harness. You can see the whole inside of it is ventilated with excellent padding. So it's going to be nice and comfortable. You're not going to sweat into your pack. You're going to have room to breathe. Again, with a nice wide hip strap. Very, very comfortable. I have hiked a few miles with this, up and down my hill out back of my homestead. I have woods behind my homestead, which you can see over there. And there's a big steep hill going down to a lake, and it goes for miles down there. And I have hiked with this for a few miles already. So very nice. As you can see, it's all set up for the hydration bladder. Ambidextrous, left or right, whichever side you want. And you also have the upper strap here. A nice feature are these pockets, easily accessible from the front. Very nice. One of the problems that backpackers and stuff will often have who want to, or concealed carriers, or want to carry a firearm for protection out in the woods or the field, it's very difficult to carry a firearm with a backpack because there's, wherever type of holster you're using, it tends to get in the way. Well, I have found that my Ruger LCP mat actually fits in here very nicely, as you can see. Now, a lot of people might think this is too small for a backpacking gun, but this is a 380, holds 13 rounds. It has factory night sights. It weighs 1 pound fully loaded, actually less than a pound fully loaded. So this is a excellent backpacking gun, maybe the best one ever invented. And if you put one of the small trigger type holsters on there and tie it to this strap right here, when you pull the pistol out of there, you just yank it, and it's going to pull the trigger holster right off the gun, and you'll be ready to fire, just like that. And you have one on both sides, so left or right, you're covered. You can put spare magazines in one, the pistol in the other. Of course, you could also, if you don't care about that sort of thing, you could put all kinds of snacks or whatever other items, your cell phones, whatever other survival items that you feel you might want right in hand. So it's a very versatile pack. It's got a lot of excellent features. Oh, the cows over there are mooing. I really am out here in the country, folks. So we're going to break this down and show what we have inside of it, because I recently attended SHOT Show in Las Vegas, and this was the pack that I took with me. 5,400 miles cross country round trip. I drove out there with a friend of mine, and this was our main lifeline if there had been an emergency or a disaster. So let me pause this and I'll show you folks what I got in here. Okay, so here we are. We have her on the ground. We're going to break through the contents and show you folks what we had in there. As I said, first thing I had in there was my Ruger LCP Max, and I had 3 spare magazines. That's a total of 49 rounds of ammunition, including the chamber rounds. So it takes 3 of those magazines to weigh 1 pound. So including the one in the gun, I had 2 pounds of total weight to have 49 rounds of ammunition. and I carry Underwood XTP 380 plus P hollow points. So they're a good deal more powerful than your standard LCP, standard 380 ammunition. The next thing we have is our Moore knife, canned bowl. It's an excellent field knife, and as I said, I have my Speedy Sharp sharpener on here. Let's open her up. We have a pair of these really cool Zeta Cut gloves. These are something I picked up at SHOT Show. It's a South Korean company. These gloves are fire resistant level 2, and they're cut proof. And I mean cut proof. I'll do a separate video on these, but you can like drag a box cutter across your palm and it will not get cut. Very neat. We also had a couple 9mm pistols with us, so I brought a box of spare hollow point ammunition, Federal 9BP LE. We had a lantern in there. Some teriyaki burnt beef jerky, because gotta have fuel. A pair of clean socks. How's this for some SHOT Show swag? Daniel Defense napkins, in case nature calls, or you got a mess to clean up. This is an Arctic poncho that I have. I have green ones as well. I just happened to put this one in there, which actually, believe it or not, Las Vegas is surrounded by snow-capped mountains. So, you know, this was actually a little bit more appropriate than you might think. But this is also big enough to be used as a tarp and a survival shelter. So that was my shelter. Most people are not aware of this. Fritos is extremely popular with backpackers because ounce for ounce, this has some of the highest caloric density of any food known to man. They taste great. It's a great morale food. You get a lot of calories. It weighs nothing. It takes up no room. And on top of it, these are great fire starters. Anything like potato chips, crackers, anything with a high grease content, believe it or not, is an outstanding fire starter. And we have an assortment of toe and hand warmers. Another proper fire starting kit. I prefer Vaseline-soaked cotton balls. They're my go-to, with a nice tea candle and a couple lighters and a lens cleaner. Got this at SHOT Show. This is from the fine folks at Cody Firearms Museum. They were giving out this high country super slab beef jerky all week from made from Wyoming beef, and I must have ate. They were directly across the aisle from me. I must have ate 20 of these things. Thank you, folks at Cody. Go check them out, by the way. They're really nice people. One of the nicest firearm museums in the world. More Fritos. Got a crunched up granola bar. And we got a couple more packs of Fritos in here. So that's all our morale food. And then I have a 6-pack of these SOS lifeboat rations. These things are incredible calories. Incredible amount of caloric density with these things. So this was really my sustainment food, and all the other items you saw was my morale food. But basically, there's enough here for about a week. There's 6 bars. If you're being sparing with them, you can get a week out of them. We have a full IFAK, which has another tourniquet, and I showed you I have one on each side of the pack. I have all kinds of pills, antidiarrheals, Benadryl, in case you get bit by a something that gives you an allergy, and a variety of other medicines in there that I value. You know, ibuprofen, Excedrin. I also have a quantity of antibiotics in here. If I carry amoxicillin. If you get an injury or whatever, and you start taking them immediately, it can prevent an infection from becoming very serious by the time you get to medical, you know, proper medical care and assistance. So if you can get some antibiotics are good to have. In fact, these are all antibiotics. Medical tape, quick clot, all the things you would find in a good, well-packed IFAK. Butterfly stitches, also known as steri strips or wound closures. all the things that you should have in an IFAK we have in here. I have a little waterproof bag here with a power strip, solar powered, some USB cords, and magnetic chargers for all the items that I carry. Okay, that's all we got in there. Then I keep this attached with a lanyard to the pack so it cannot be lost. We got a ferro rod. It's not the biggest one in the world, but it makes a great spark, and this would probably be good to start a couple hundred fires before you ran out, to be totally honest with you. I have a paint can lid opener. This is actually really, really good for clearing a bolt override malfunction on an AR. It's a small pry bar. It has a lot of uses. And then a small Olight keychain, 90 lumen keychain light. Okay. And then on the other side, we have a small multi-tool, which I've had for years. I don't even know where I got it. It's a Swiss Tech, but this has a small pair of pliers and a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. Once upon a time, it had a flashlight that worked. It stopped working years ago. I'm sure if I took it apart and put a battery in it, worked fine, but I have other battery lights. Now this light, this is a UV light for tracking blood. So as I said, this is geared, can you see that? This is geared toward hunting. I am a hunter, so I keep this on here for tracking blood if I shoot an animal. Extra pair of reading glasses, a 3-liter hydration bladder. I've done a review on this. This is a Noola. I've had pretty good luck with it so far. I haven't had it that long, but so far it's holding up. If it falls apart, I'll let you all know. A couple emergency rain ponchos. You know, this allows me to have a ground cover. If I use this to set up a shelter, I can put one on the ground as a ground cover, and then I can also still wear one to keep rain off me directly. So if it starts raining or snowing and you're out in the field and you don't have a way to stay dry, you will die. And, you know, I'm an ex-infantryman. I have had hypothermia in the field. It absolutely sucks. It's just terrible, and it will kill you. So I do not want to die, so I carry that. I keep a Sharpie with me for writing and marking things, which is handy. Some camouflage duct tape. A spare lighter. Big tin of lip balm, which actually has multiple uses. You can use this as a firearms grease to keep your guns lubricated. This is not a fire starter per se, but it is a fire prolonger, and it's a fire aid. And now we have some water purification tablets. I keep a nice long stick candle in there. It's great for light source. It's also tremendous for starting a fire. And once you get yourself all bundled up and you build your shelter, you can actually use this as a heater. Once you have yourself enclosed in a little microclimate, this amount of heat that comes off this is a legitimate heater. It'll keep you about 10-15 degrees warmer than you would normally otherwise be. And we're getting down towards the bottom here. What do we got? And now these are nice little things that a lot of people don't carry, but this is basically a Gatorade packet or a Pedialyte packet. So what this does is give you a lot of electrolytes and some vitamins in your drinking water. It also makes it taste better. So it's not just a morale item, but it is also a very useful survival item. What else we got in here? Okay, and we have a Sawyer squeeze system filter. That's the syringe side, and this is the filter, and a couple bags. These are 1-liter bags. These are good for 100,000 gallons. So if you have this pack and these Sawyer squeeze, you have like 100 years supply worth of water as long as you buy a water source. The problem would be food. So I of course have some length of paracord. Another big length of paracord. Cordage is worth its weight in the gold out there in the field. Okay, Going on the side here, we have a nice hat, a patrol cap from the good folks at Mag Guts, who are a great supporter of this channel. I'm a big fan of that company, and they've been very good to us here at Freedom by Me. And over on this side, we have our obligatory boonie cap. We have a face mask. And on the back side here, oh, I forgot we have a compass as well, a button compass. These actually work pretty well. And there's actually more room for more things than I even had in here. So you have another pack here, another pouch here. So there is ample storage on this thing. And on the back side here, I actually had a couple spare t-shirts right there. So there is plenty of room in here for a lot of stuff. This is another thing that a lot of people wouldn't think of. I had a cheap Chinese hairbrush and the handle broke off it. Well, you know, most people, that's trash. But I don't know if you can see this here. This stuff burns, and it burns great. So you throw this dumb little thing in there, and this is a absolutely guaranteed fire. As long as you got a lighter, this sucker is going up. And you could probably actually start multiple fires with this stupid thing. Look at the way that burns. So, very handy. So yeah, that's an overview of our Alps Outdoor pack. This is the Impulse, I believe. And I have carried this clear across the United States in a road trip, and I've done some hiking with it. I am friendly with the people at Alps Outdoors and Alps Mountaineering, but they do not pay me for these. You know, I'm doing these of my own volition. I could say whatever I want. If it sucked, I would tell you, but this is a very good pack. I think if you got it, you would be very satisfied with it. It's really, it's geared toward hunting, but as I've shown, multiple applications for this guy. It's really neat. One other neat feature. Find it over here on the side. There's a cover attached, waterproof cover, so that it'll cover the whole pack and make the whole thing waterproof. You know, you don't got to worry about it getting wet or whatever. And if you're in a survival situation and you want to be found, this is a nice beacon to the world saying, hey, I'm over here, help me. So yeah, I thought that was a really, really cool feature of this pack as well. So yeah, very nice, very, very, very high quality. You know, this is probably what you might consider a Gucci piece of equipment, but boy, oh boy, it's nice to see how the other side lives sometimes. And this is a really, really nice piece of equipment. All right, folks, thanks for watching my video. I hope that you found all this informative and it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. It's Freedom by Me out.